Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you watch this channel. Now, Nyutu has surfaced with a very bold statement trying to imagine where Senator Cherargei and Aaron Cheriot have been getting information that President William Samoei Ruto is going to win in round one. There's a statement that Nyutu released during a media interview, and I would like to take you directly into that interview, ladies and gentlemen, because Nyutu is wondering how comes the current UDA faction imagines that they are going to beat whoever the opposition will front in round one. First and foremost, before I share that video, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to just go below in the comment section and tell me whether you think right now, as things stand, William Samoei Ruto is doing the best he can to salvage the trust that has been lost with the people. You see, the people trusted him when he took over, but the people are now not believing in anything he says. So do you think Ruto still stands a chance? I want you to just go below in the comment section and tell us. I personally don't think, or rather I'll just say that I personally don't know whether William Samoei Ruto stands a chance or not, but just tell me below in the comment section and let's talk about this. So before I share the video from Nyutu, ladies and gentlemen, kindly take this opportunity to go below there and support this channel by liking this video to enable you to share it to many people. Also, subscribe to this channel if you are not subscribed before, and to our existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel won't have grown. Nyutu, we know him to be one of the senators who supports Rigathi Gachagua. That is a fact. Now, Rigathi has been doing everything possible to make William Samoei Ruto a one-term president. That's why you hear the term one term. Of course, I heard about Silvanus Osoro. He also talked about Rigathi being a half-term deputy president, and he was trying to belittle this narrative of one term. I mean, that's what I think Osoro was trying to achieve, make it appear as if hiyo ni kitu kingine ambao ni useless kabisa. But that's what he said, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get back to Nyutu. First of all, before you share the video, before you talk about the video, please just watch it. This is what Nyutu said.
I've listened very keenly to Senator Cherargei, and I don't interrupt people when they are talking, even when they tear me apart. I mean, he has said that those of us that are on this other side, that we are sensing defeat, that Ruto's re-election is a sure bet. Trevor, Senator Cherargei is a smart person. He is a trained lawyer. He can be able to do some calculations. Where will President Ruto get the votes? President Ruto won over Raila Odinga by a margin of about 200 and something thousand votes. President Ruto has lost all the votes in the mountain, almost 4 million. President Ruto, is now, and the chest thumping that you see Senator Cherargei with is because of ODM support, and they believe that they will get the support of ODM. That is why he's saying it's a sure bet. But and I think I had indicated it before, Trevor, listen to what Sifuna is saying. If I were Cherargei, if I were President Ruto, I would get very worried. I would not celebrate what I hear from Oburu Odinga, for example, and I have a lot of respect for Oburu Odinga. But
well, ladies and gentlemen, you see what's happening is that Senator Cherargei and Aaron Cheriot at one particular time said that they never came to town to be a one-term. I mean, I don't know why he said so. And there's a particular time SUDI also surfaced with a very shocking statement and said that even if President William Ruto does not win, they will add more votes. This is the reason why the camp of Rigathi Gachagua believes that there's going to be rigging.
And ndio unaona sisi tuko careful. Niko naambia huyu mnyana tuko careful sana tushindwe kwa sababu hao watu wakitushinda kwa mtu kama mimi watanifunga permanent. Watanifunga permanent. So ndio unaona tunakaa macho kabisa ili zote ziko juu na ukarabati yote iko chini. Kwa sababu hao watu wakipita tu namna hii mimi kwanza na huyu karabu kishara huyu mnyana huyu tutafungwa permanent.
So when Ruto went to an extent of picking ERASTUS, ETHAKON as the IEBC chair nominee, that is when Rigathi realized that now this is real. I mean, what SUDI has been talking about is real, you know. What Farah Maalim talked about is real. What Arian Cheriot and Cherargei have been talking about is real. Why? Because according to Rigathi Gachagua, he believed that ERASTUS ETHAKON, being someone who is a friend of the Deputy Chief of Staff in State House, is someone who is going to be controlled from the State House. I mean, that is the mindset of the opposition right now. And that's why we're not shocked when we saw the court made a move of stopping the vetting of these nominees, IEBC nominees. Because again, in that nominee, there was talk that one of the nominees there as the commissioner, his name was introduced after the window for application had already been closed. So his name was introduced and he ended up being selected by the IEBC selection panel. So those factors are some of the reasons why Rigathi Gachagua is not comfortable. He is not comfortable with the IEBC. So John Nyutu, you know, realizing that Aaron Cheriot and Cherargei still believe that Ruto is going to win in round one, decided to ask Cherargei a very simple question. I mean, where will William Ruto get the votes? I mean, let's do the maths here, lady. We know that Raila was defeated, according to Chebukati's tally, the late Chebukati's tally, by a margin of 200,000. So that is where now John Nyutu tried to argue that, look here, if Ruto was won by a margin of 200,000, and the whole of Mount Kenya has pulled out, and according to his math, he thinks that Mount Kenya could have given Ruto around 4 million. So if 4 million have pulled out from Ruto's camp, it means Ruto is left with around 4 million. I mean, from that tally of Chebukati, around 4 million. Now, if that is the case, ladies and gentlemen, 4 million, and we know that there are people in that 4 million who have also, again, decamped. Now, Ruto is probably left with 2 million. That is why John Nyutu imagines and tries to wonder, these people are talking about winning, especially in round one. Where is the president going to get these votes from? Now, let's get back to the ODM-UDA union. Of course, we know that Musalia Mudavadi's party was merged with UDA. Na ikamezwa kabisa, imebaki kwa UDA. So let's focus on now ODM and UDA. You know, the argument here, I think from people like Cherargei, is that if ODM got around, or that Azimio got around almost to what Ruto got back then, it doesn't mean, according to Cherargei, that the all 7 million or close to 7.8 million is going to go to UDA, so to make UDA's vote around more than 10 million. I mean, that's not a surety. Why? Because Ukambani have already left that formation of Azimio. Ukambani are no more there. Western 50-50. Not sure about the facts. Nyanza also, Kisis are not there. Kisis have already left. Kisis will rally behind Matiang'i, assuming Matiang'i becomes the flag bearer. But of course, as things stand, Matiang'i is not going to become the flag bearer, especially after what I had Rigathi talk about, and especially after the ruling of court. Rigathi wants to give a try at this presidency. He believes that he's the person who can remove William Samoei Ruto. As things stand, again, Carlos Musyoka cannot sit ground and allow someone else to be the flag bearer, because he knows that if he allows someone else now, most likely in 2032, if that person does not win in 2027, that person will want to vie in 2032, na yeye politically atakuwa ameisha, because the people of Ukambani will not allow that. Now, in regard this faction, I heard somewhere Kikuyus are not happy. Are not happy because in that coalition, they are not going to have the presidency, they are not going to have the deputy president position. So most likely they'll become a prime cabinet secretary. So that shall have been ni kama kuchukishwa cheo. So what the Kikuyu think is that if you can't get the deputy and you can't get the president, then at least support Tapo. So it means most likely Kithure Kindiki is going to benefit there. But I'm just imagining. I'm not sure about that. It can be that way or it can be the opposite way. So when Nyutu surfaces with a very bold statement asking where Ruto is going to get the votes from, I think hapo he is making sense. He wonders, and he has a right to wonder. Why can't he wonder about, and he has a right to wonder, ladies and gentlemen. But just go below in the comment section and tell us whether you agree with John Nyutu kwamba hakuna pale Ruto atapata kura, kwamba hata ODM wakimwongezea kura hata shinda. Do you agree with that part? I don't know. Just go below in the comment section and tell us. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.